Abigail. This is the third film recently that Universal put out about vampires, specifically Dracula. One of them we reviewed, Renfield, last year.
Yep.
Very, very fun film. Died at the box office. Then they put out The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which I reviewed over on Movie Dumpster. A very okay film that dropped the ball at the very end.
At the very end.
Also bombed at the box office. And then Universal's like, well, we got to try a third time. I don't know why they're trying so hard to bring Dracula back, like doing all these different interpretations. So we get Abigail, which is about a group of kidnappers who are kidnapping a young girl, and they're holding them for ransom. Turns out she is the daughter of a warlord, or not a warlord, a crime lord. Maybe he's a warlord. And things turn out crazy when it's revealed she's a vampire. She's a ballerina vampire.
Whoa.
This film is directed by Radio Silence, the team who did Ready or Not, which I still have not seen, and Scream 5 and 6. I had a really fun time with this. I saw this with my cousin Monica. We were enjoying it. Joey C., what did you think?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a good idea for a plot. You don't often see in movies, at least recently, like the kid being the monster. And I think her name's Alicia Ware. I think.
Okay.
I think she does a great job. She really knows how to like deliver some like snarky, spooky lines. Of course, the cliche of like the misfit group in a whole big mansion in the night thing is overplayed, but god damn, did this movie know how to execute a good like stalk and chase scene. Lots of blood. I had a fucking blast with this.
How did you feel, Gil?
I enjoyed it to a point. The old Dark House subgenre, I actually feel like, I know it's overplayed, but I feel like it's been a while since I saw one, so I kind of appreciated it. And plus they had Swan Lake playing throughout the movie, which calls back to original Dracula.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I felt like it had, and plus the ballet, just like all of that together gives it this like weird classical feel. And then you have these very modern characters. So I thought it had a kind of cool tone at the beginning. And I feel like this movie is not really going for a lot of scares. It's really trying to be fun and funny.
Yeah.
And
I agree. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The cast is really good. I know the one actor like died before it came out. This guy.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I wasn't familiar with him. Hold on, his name.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job in this.
Yeah, his character was very unlikable, which is like the point he's supposed to be.
Yeah, but that like pity way he kind of talks like, "Oh man, I just wanted to hang out." Like,
yeah, he reminds me of some guys I went to high school with. Not when they were in high school, but like after high school when they got like a little too involved in some stuff. It's like, hey man, you don't have to smoke that every day.
You don't have to go to that dark mansion and kidnap that ballerina. No, man, trust me.
I hope this is how you say his name, Angus Cloud or Angus Cloud. I think he was on that show Euphoria and whatnot.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I did see the news that he died. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never watched Euphoria. I mean, I like Sydney Sweeney, but not enough to watch that. And I will say she's really been winning me over. Catherine Newton, right?
Yeah, I was going to say this. Really outdid herself after Quantumania, I got to say.
Well,
I didn't think she...
I really liked her in Lisa Frankenstein and this. So I'm starting to realize, I'm like, oh, she's not a bad actress. I was just seeing shit movies. So I will go back and check out Freaky at some point because I hear she's really good in that. But my only previous exposure was, what was it? Paranormal Activity 4, which sucked.
Yep.
Detective Pikachu, which I barely paid attention to because it
also
sucked.
Yep.
And then the Quantumania, which sucked.
Fucking terrible.
God, Detective Pikachu. I was so
dude,
fucking
so fucking
movie.
Bad. Oh my god.
It was when we were doing rental reviews. I wasn't in the episode, but I had to see the movie because I think I was like editing it. And I'm like, oh, I'd rather be any fucking where else than watching this garbage.
Oh, so editing it too means you're listening to it at like, you probably spent hours just soaking in that.
Well, that was a
discussion.
theater one, so I didn't like. We were just using like images and whatnot.
Okay.
But I still had to see the movie to know what they were talking about.
Right.
I'm like, this movie is so bad. Pokemon is so terrible. Yeah, and before this came out, I guess they were really trying to push it. I don't know how well it's doing. I think it's doing better than the other two, but I still don't think it's like a smash hit. It gave us more Dan Stevens, by the way, who was really good in Godzilla X Kong. And if you want to know more about Godzilla X Kong, listen to my Godzilla podcast. You can't watch it anymore. Before this came out, they started pushing that, hey, it's a loose remake of Dracula's Daughter. Okay, here's the similarities between Abigail and Dracula's Daughter. The vampire is the daughter of a different vampire who may or may not be Dracula. That's it. That's literally it. It has absolutely nothing to do with Dracula's Daughter. It's a completely different character, completely different story. I don't even know why they attempted this.
Who are they going to win over? With like, oh my God, Dracula's Daughter?
I don't know. But it brings up a good point. I actually like Dracula's Daughter, and that one's kind of like forgotten about for some reason. It's a very good movie. She's a very like sympathetic, tragic character, and I'm surprised. I think the reason she never took off is because she is like an original Universal creation. Bride of Frankenstein's more popular, even though she has like 2 minutes of screen time and dies. She's not in the book. There is a bride that is made in the book, but it never comes to life. But I guess that's enough to make it public domain. So assholes like me can put it in their show, Mummy Cop. So I think that's why the Bride of Frankenstein is so popular, because more people have access to it. But Dracula's Daughter, I'm surprised it's never really been redone before. Because that would be a fun one to see done on like a bigger budget and whatnot. Instead, we got Abigail, which was fine. It's just, it's not Dracula's Daughter. Did anyone think it got a little too convoluted at the end?
Big time.
Yes. I was just about to ask. I feel like it dragged out so long. And like at a certain point, it's not even horror or comedy anymore. It's literally just an action fight scene. And it's just people are getting thrown over and over. And I'm like, if I see one more person break their back on like a chair, like I feel like I'm watching WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, there are things in this movie where it's like, well, they'd be dead. Like Melissa Barrera is not getting up from that. But yeah, I'd say definitely check it out. It is a fun time.